Hello YouTube, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on the video first off, and my first ever video. So if you think it's good, please click like, and if you can, you might be the first subscriber ever to my channel. Anyway, this is my first ever solo wild camp. I've done one wild camp before with my 5-year-old boy, keeping me company, keeping me safe. So this is the first time for me on my own. I'm a novice camper. I'm very keen to do this, and it's one of the things that I started looking into and watching other people who are new at it. I'm not a professional, I don't know everything, and I'm sure people who are considerably more experienced might find this a bit boring, but I found these videos interesting when I first started looking at wild camping. People who hadn't really done much were learning along the way. Big shout out to English Woodsman and Summit or Nothing as well. Good following with them. They had come up with some great ideas and some good treks across Dartmoor with Trev and Nath. So this is my version. I've stopped at a lovely little spot. It is stunning here. Excuse the noise, there's a terrible, beautiful river behind me. And I'm trying out a new tent that I've just got, which is a twist on the Smokey Hut. There's lots of videos out there on the Smokey Hut from Onetigris. But I struggled to find something that would suit me. I'm 6'4", I don't fit in most tents, and a lot of the TP style ones, which I liked because I wanted something with a good vestibule, were such a steep angle that although they might be 2.3 meters wide and I'm under 2 meters, once you took into consideration that rake, you lose 1.5 foot at each end, so you had to be under 5.5 foot to fit in them. So I've managed to find a bit of a hybrid version, an interior that fits inside the Onetigris, because they don't do it. Onetigris, not sure how you pronounce it. So bought it from AliExpress, and then I got the interior from Alibaba because they were the only one that did one that fitted. So I'll show you around my camp and what I've got, and yeah, any questions please put it underneath, and hopefully you'll like what I've got, and let me know your thoughts. So this is the stunning setting that I've managed to find down here in Dartmoor. I'm not going to say where it is, it's idyllic, I want to keep it for myself. And this is my Onetigris Smokey Hut chimney tent. Excuse the mess inside. But inside you can see I've got a half inner. Now Onetigris don't do a half inner. They only do a full inner, which is quite heavy, or nothing. And I didn't want a full inner. I wanted to have a nice big vestibule where I could cook, sit, chill out, do whatever with, but also have some space inside where I could fit and my son. So I found this. The overall tent is 3.2 meters across, and this inner is 3 meters. So it is more than wide enough to fit me in. My criteria was to get sub 2 kilos, and that was difficult unless I went for something very, very minimalistic and lightweight that then didn't fit my son in, and possibly didn't even fit me in. So this comes in, the fly is 1250 kilos, 1250 grams, including the pole and the pegs. The inner is just over 500, so I've got 1,750, so 1.7 kilos, just over, for a massive tent that I fit in with a huge vestibule. So that gives me 3.2 meters across of vestibule as well as sleeping space. Also, whenever I want, I can just drop this nest down, and then I've got a huge amount of space just to lay in, and I'll show you that in a second. So yeah, literally in a couple of seconds I can unclip it from the top of the pole, drop it down, and now I have this huge space that I can sit back and relax in. Not a bad view, and not a bad place to be in. Sun's peeking out, which is nice. It's been misty and rainy. It's just starting to clear up for me. I'll get myself a cup of coffee in a minute and enjoy my first wild camp on my own. Time for a coffee. The good old faithful Trangia and a cheap pot set. I'll do a review on my cook set and set a video out there, because I've changed that to adapt to work for me. Everything's different. for everybody, and everyone has their preferences. This is good coffee. I'll catch up with you when it's brewed. That smells awesome. If you haven't seen these before or you haven't tried them, give them a go. They're quite expensive, but you can, once you've used them, clean them out, put your own coffee in. And I've tried it, it works perfectly well. I've probably got another 4 or 5 uses out of each one, using my own ground coffee from home. I'll get it on and I'll show you. Coffee is a brewing. Basically you just fill it to the line where you want it. I do find it quite strong. I like a strong coffee, and even at the mild area that I got this at, it does come out pretty strong. So yeah, I've gone up high and probably won't brew it as long as they say, maybe 4 minutes, and then we just pour it out and away we go. So that's had about 5 minutes now, and you do get quite a bit out of it. It does say 2 150ml cups. This is a 480ml Sea to Summit X mug, so I probably won't sleep tonight. Can't beat fresh coffee on the go. Cheers, YouTube. That's good. Well, I definitely don't think I could have picked a better spot for my first wild camp, for my first wild coffee. It's awesome. Time to get some tea on. Tonight I'm going for pasta and sauce, cheese, leek and ham. I went for this because it's lightweight, weighs nothing. I've tried it before, tested it at home, and it's really nice, surprisingly, for 50p. The only issue is it needs milk, but I'm on a milk-free diet at the moment. However, I've gone with some soy milk, which hopefully will work. A little bottle here and some for porridge breakfast, so I'll get that on the go and show you what it's like. So there we have 250ml of water, 100ml of milk, fake milk, filk. Luckily quite handy actually, the Sea to Summit mug has measurements on the inside. Don't know if you can see that. So that worked out really well for measuring that out. I had marked on a bottle, but it would mean I'd have to put water and milk in the bottle. So yeah, I'll get that boiling and bring you back when it's time to eat. So yeah, this is one of the massive advantages of this this tent, is I can just drop down that inner, I can chill out, lay here, have my food on the go, and just lay back and relax. All the space in the world for under 2 kilos. Very happy. So I built this pot stand from some skewers, barbecue skewers that I bought for about £1. And I initially built it to go around a penny stove that I made out of a couple of cans of Coke, which works fantastically, but there's no simmer option on it obviously, hence I'm using the Trangia. Problem is the Trangia stands a lot higher, so as you can see it's pretty close to the bottom of the pot, and it's not quite hitting that sweet spot, so cooking's taking a bit longer than normal. And obviously you can probably guess, homemade windscreen. It was a shame having to drink the cider to make it, but you know, when needs must. Anyway, it still works. It's not perfect, but it's lightweight and it cooks, so I'm happy. When I first built the penny stove and the stand, it was with an aim to see how quick I could boil water, with all these comparisons on YouTube where everyone's finding the absolute fastest way to boil water, you know, choosing something that boils it 35 seconds quicker than the other. However, after getting a bit obsessed with it, you start to realise you come out here to chill out and relax, and if it takes 3 minutes or 6 minutes, who cares? It's just more time to enjoy the scenery and the whole reason why you come out to these places. So yeah, don't get obsessed with it. If you're new into it, don't worry about it. As long as it cooks, you're okay. So I thought I'd come and sit down by the river and enjoy my super expensive gourmet pasta meal. You pay a lot of money for a restaurant with that view, wouldn't you? So sitting here eating my tea, there is a driving mist coming in. I don't know if you can see it, very fine rain. And it's proven to be a perfect spot because I'm under this tree. It's really protected. I can't feel any of it. So it's a lovely place to sit and just to chill out, have some food, maybe another coffee, and just relax. This is what it's all about. Absolutely stunning. So that's tea over with, and I only brought water to drink, or coffee, so I definitely won't sleep because I'm going to get another brew on. This time though, Owen's coffee bags. So I'm going to give that a go. Tea bag, but with coffee in, and have a nice cuppa. See you in a bit. Okay, so coffee number 2 of the evening. The bag smells fantastic. Hopefully it will taste as good. Let that brew for 3 or 4 minutes and then come back. The sun has decided to poke its head out at the last minute while my coffee is on the go. And the finished article looks good. I think this time though I'll try it with a bit of fake milk. A little bit of soya, Alpro. Looks good. So I've just come for a little walk further down the river. Somewhere different to sit and enjoy my coffee. Obviously people have been here before. Some open fires, which is obviously not allowed. They've been obviously careful about it by having rocks everywhere, but either way it's made a mess in such a stunning spot. But I'll just sit here, enjoy my coffee and enjoy the view. So, sitting here contemplating the world, one of my reasons for getting into this is, you know, we all live such hectic lives, and a lot of people talk about mental health and, you know, inner peace and well-being. And I think, you know, I grew up in and around London and had some busy, stressful jobs, and my sort of favourite times as a kid was going on holiday at my nan's farm in Ireland, where there was just nothing to do, except go fishing, enjoy the countryside, and just be in the peace and quiet and tranquility of a beautiful area. And I think we forget what we have in this country, and how stunning it is. We miss it, and time goes by too quick. We're all in a rush to get somewhere or to get something, and we don't stop to enjoy the views and enjoy the journey. It's always about the destination. And just sitting here and being on my own, not bored, not worried. It's a calming place to be. It's a bit windy, so hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, it's just beautiful. It's just nice to get into these places and just sort of, you know, find yourself a bit more. And I see so many people on YouTube doing it, and that's why I thought this is, you know, what I want to try and do, and to do it as much as I could, within reason. You know, I have a family and a job that I have to do, but yeah, the more I can get out and get to places like this and just enjoy it, sit back, kick back and relax, I think the better for me and anyone else who does it. So yeah, if you excuse my unprofessionalism with the camera, it is only my phone. I didn't want to go and spend loads of money on equipment. This is a first time trial, so if it's a bit shaky, that's my old man hands, so sorry about that. But yeah, it's lovely. If you haven't done it, try it. If you're new to it, you know, watch videos on YouTube, watch what people do. New people like myself or others who, you know, starting up on it. There's loads of videos out there with guys going up mountains and in minus 20 degree weather and temperatures, and having the equipment to go with it as well, which costs a lot of money. And that's great if that's what you want to do, but it's not all about that. It's about getting out and just enjoying the outdoors and having a bit of alone time. So yeah, try it, see what you think. Post any comments below if you want to ask me anything. And yeah, hopefully I'm going to get some more videos on the go and sort of show you how I got to this point in my journey over the last 12 months of thinking about it and driving my wife mad talking about it. So going back to the, you know, the cost and expense, obviously wild camping it's free while you're doing it, but obviously you got to get equipment, and you may not end up liking it, so you don't want to go and spend a fortune, but you do have to buy stuff. And the first tent I bought was last year. Bought it off the cuff, saw it in Go Outdoors. It was 40 quid, little 2-man tent, worked perfectly for then, but since using it in the garden I've realised I don't really fit in it properly. It's not the best place to be able to spend time. It's you know, there wasn't a big vestibule or anything, so, but it was only 40 quid, so I wasn't that fussed about it. But you can get some bargains, you can get some decent stuff at good prices if you look at the right place. I know English Woodman, he's a big fan of OEX, which is obviously a Go Outdoors brand, and I got a few bits from OEX. My rucksack is a 65 litre, it's the OEX Valo 65 I think it is. I think it was about 60-70 quid at Go Outdoors. I didn't really want to spend that much, so I looked on eBay, managed to find the Go Outdoors return store, and they get all the stuff that people order online, don't want, and send back, and they can't sell it because it's got the tags taken off. So I bought one. I spent 35 quid on it. It's a great rucksack. It turned up. The buckle was broken, which they didn't tell me, and the one of the shoulder straps were broken as well. So I complained because it wasn't noted. It said good condition, and without a buckle it was useless, and with the shoulder strap broken it was useless. So very nicely the guy said, okay, keep it because it's no good to him. I managed to get hold of OEX. I got a replacement buckle for nothing, and I took the bag to one of these little you know, shoe repair shops that do sewing and what have you, and I got them to stitch the shoulder. Works fantastic now, so I got a free rucksack. Admittedly, looking at going lightweight as much as I can. It does weigh 2.16 kilos, so it's a heavy one. So I will look at probably replacing it at some point. Don't tell the wife. But it's fine. It does the job. It's comfortable and it fits. Then looking at sleeping bags, I wanted a 3-season one, something that was rated down to maybe 0. You know, I wanted to get as much use out of it as possible. And again, the OEX Fathom, I think it's the EV300 that I bought. Again, same guy, the outdoors return shop on eBay, and I think 30 quid again, pay for that. It should be 60-70 pounds on Go Outdoors. And it had a broken toggle where you tighten it up around the hood. And that was the reason for selling it cheap. So I literally re-threaded the toggle through, stitched it, works perfectly. So that cost me £30. I did buy a very cheap air mat from Amazon. It was £20 with a pillow, and it was long, it was wide, it was okay deep-ish wide. It only weighed 500 grams, so it was a good weight. Used it the first night, it went down, and it went down every time I used it after that. So complained, got my money back, so it didn't cost me anything. I then went and bought one from Decathlon, which I obviously showed earlier on in the tent, and it's really thick. It's more comfortable than my bed at home, and I've got an expensive mattress. It's great. Again, weighs about 550-600 grams, but it's the extra large one. It's really firm, it's really thick. It's got rubberized parts on it so you don't slide off as much. It doesn't slide around inside the bed. That was 35 quid, including delivery from Decathlon. I looked at getting a padded hoodie jacket. My wife will tell you, if you ever speak to her, that I'm obsessed with coats. And I bought this one from Go Outdoors. Freedom Trail. It's not down, but it's warm. I've worn it out on dog walks in the middle of winter with a t-shirt underneath, and it's been absolutely fine. It fits perfectly. It's 20 quid. They had it on a sale at £12, and I then had a 10% discount voucher, so I got it for £10.80. You cannot go wrong for £10.80. I've worn it tons, absolutely tons, and it's great. Yes, I may upgrade to a down jacket at a later date, but it does me fine. The tent setup now that I've got is fantastic. All in, 120 quid that cost. A cook set, I made it for nothing, but I did get a Trangia for Christmas from my lovely wife, which was an expensive Trangia. It's the whole UL25, so it's the large one. Great for if I go out with 2 or 3 of us. Does weigh 1.25 kilos, so it's a bit heavy to take out just for me. Hence, I used an old, cheap, very lightweight pot set that I've got, and my stand that I've shown you with the Trangia. That weighs 400 grams all in, so nice and lightweight. I think the heaviest thing I carried out this time was probably the water and the milk. And I overdid the fuel as well. I took a load of fuel. I filled the Trangia once. As you've seen, I've boiled 2 huge coffees, and I've cooked my food, and it hasn't even used the first lot that I've put in the Trangia, so I could shave that down. My first trip out, this was a lesson learned. I went with my son, and I did carry everything, and I overdid it with water again. Didn't really think about it, but I weighed my rucksack, and I wasn't really looking at lightweight equipment and what people carry. But I did weigh it, and it was 25 kilos, which I didn't really take much notice of. We did about an hour trek, and when I took it off, I felt like I was sort of floating in the air. It was that heavy, and it wasn't ideal. I've now got that same rucksack with the kit, everything in it, tent, a lot, down to just over 9 kilos, which I think is really good. With all the food and water, fuel, milk, it was nearly 12. So still half the weight of what I carried before, so it was a delight to walk around in. Still not the lightest weight you're going to get. I'm hoping to shave a kilo off if I get a new bag. Maybe a few other bits and pieces to drop it down in weight. But yeah, that's easily doable. It was a good weight. But you don't have to spend a fortune. I don't recommend spending a fortune, because you may come out and do it and hate it. It might not be the right thing for you, and then it's just wasted. So don't spend a bomb. Look around for things, search on eBay, buy stuff second hand if you need to, try it, and if you fall in love with it, then use it for as long as you can and upgrade at a later date. But yeah, that's just a tip from me. Don't buy all the gear. As I say, all the gear, no idea. I have got everything, I've still got no idea, but I'm learning and I'm enjoying it. So far, I've not set the tent on fire, I haven't broken a leg, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, get out and do the same. So coffee is done, food is done, the sun is poking its head out. It's about 7:30, so yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful place. Weather's good. I'm glad it's not 30 degrees like it was a few weeks ago, because I'd be dying of heat stroke in here. And likewise, it's not lashing down with rain. So I think it's perfect. It's going to be a good night, hopefully. Get a good sleep, get up nice and early. I don't know if I'll get up for the sunrise, but I'll get up anyway and hopefully have a good night's sleep. Good morning. Well, it's just gone 5:30. Didn't have too bad a sleep. Woke up quite a few times, but I think that's just habit, because I do that anyway. Yeah, I think it's time to get a kettle on, get a brew on. Okay, I've woken up a bit now. This morning I'm going to go with some Guatemalan coffee from Coffee Brewer. Hopefully waking up a bit more. So yeah, had a good sleep. Woke up sporadically throughout the night, which so I do often anyway. I'm not a solid sleeper, and I do move about a lot. Would I have done anything differently this trip? I think yes. A couple of things I'll do, not drastic, but in change to my setup. One is this inner I want to attach to the pole, so I'm going to get a loop stitched on so it doesn't pull away. And also I'm on a bit of a slope, so didn't help with the sleep, because I was sort of sliding a little bit, not too much. It's only a very slight gradient, but I'm going to put some silica gel on the base of the inner as well, so that it doesn't slide about so much. A book. I didn't bring a book. Admittedly, I think doing these videos is a bit like talking to myself. It's kept me entertained for a bit, but I think yeah, a book, and also I want to treat myself to a chair, a nice Helinox Air chair, maybe for Christmas. Other than that, yeah, it's been really good. The under blanket, or the ground sheet that I went for was this a silver reflective pad. It's only about 1.5 mm thick foam, but it's reflective. It did, I think I felt the warmth in it last night, reflecting back up, but also I can pull it out from underneath the bed and just have it in the vestibule, so it gives me somewhere to sit as well. But yeah, definitely a chair next time. Right, I'm going to get coffee on. Speak to you later. So I don't think I've enjoyed a cup of coffee quite as much as I am this morning. Guatemalan, it's really nice, quite fruity. I definitely recommend the coffee grower bags. They're really good and reusable, so I can keep filling them with my own coffee for a few times more. I didn't get to see the sunrise, even getting up at 5:30. I don't think I've been up at 5:30 in the morning for a long time. Especially feeling this good, and I didn't get a great night's sleep, but yeah, I feel really refreshed. It's a beautiful spot to sit and have a cup of coffee, and gonna pack up in a minute get the tent down. I'll show you it when it's packed down, just to see the size of it. I've taken the poles out, so they just slip inside the bag, and the tent packs up next to nothing. Very lightweight, very small, fits inside the bag with all my gear. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, I'll get packed up, finish my coffee, and see you in a bit. So yeah, this is my lightweight version of my cook kit. This was about £5. This pot set come with a few other bits which I got rid of. So stand fits in, Trangia, pot handle, my windshield, little scrubber brush, seat and mug, and a lid. Weighs very little, strap to go on it, and yeah, dirt cheap, so a good mix of the Trangia. As you can see, I brought a huge bottle of fuel out, and that is all I've used, and I've still got probably half a Trangia full inside. So yeah, I've used very little, so next time I go, I know I haven't got to lug that around, which will take off another probably 500 grams from my weight. So here's the tent packed down. That's how big it is. I could compress it a bit smaller. I probably will get a compression sack just to make it tiny, but it literally fits just in one hand. It's smaller than my sleeping bag. The inner bed, nest, again, same sort of size. It just pops in the bag, fits in there really easy, and I just drop the sides down, the pole down by the sides of the bag, and all good. So this is where I stayed last night. Leave no trace, nothing there, wouldn't know I'd been. So yeah, absolutely stunning spot. We'll definitely come back here again, probably with my boy. He will love it. Sunny day. Didn't bring my shades, it was raining when I got here. But yeah, beautiful place. I'll get my bag on and head back to the car. Being a big fan of American Werewolf in London, things always pop into the back of your mind when you're out in places like this. It doesn't help though when you come across a slaughtered lamb. Quite literally. There's a bone down there, bits of body. Yeah, makes you wonder. I survived the night though, so all's good. So I'm only parked about a mile away from where I camped. It's a slog in this sunshine, it's lovely though. So yeah, that was my first solo wild camp with my new tent, the Onetigris Smokey Hut, hybrid as I'm going to call it, with the half mesh inner from Alibaba. I'll leave links in the description below for the bits and pieces that I've got, so if you are interested in buying them, you know where to find them. I'm not linked into getting paid or anything else. It's my first video, so that'd be nice. So yeah, not a full review of anything, just my thoughts and feelings on my first wild camp, solo wild camp, and the reasons as to why I want to do it, and hopefully it inspires other people to do the same thing. Get out there, give it a go, and enjoy the lovely countryside. So yeah, please hit the like button. It'd be great if you subscribed. I will do some more videos. If you like this, if you think I could do anything different or better, please comment. Please be nice. It's my first time, so yeah, constructive criticism is welcome. So anyway, I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you again soon.